Remember, if your fitness cannot survive a 12-hour shift, a long hike with a pack, or the chaos of real life, congratulations. You're going to probably look good in spandex and Instagram filters. But you're soft and fragile, about as battle ready as a chocolate teapot. That ends now. This is Forge Performance Month 2, Balance of Power. This is your premier program for building everyday durability, adaptability, and capability. Last month was Base Camp, where you learned control, tension, and proper movement under fatigue. You practiced hinging, squatting, pushing, pulling, and pacing yourself through metabolic chaos. Month 1 was about surviving and mastering the basics and laying down the neurological and muscular foundation you need to do everything else. You got the blueprint. Now it's time to start building the house. Month 2 is still going to be 3 days a week. 1 day is steady state conditioning, that quiet, relentless engine building, and the other 2 days are about strengthening your push-pull foundations, your hinge patterns, and introducing balance under load. You're not going to be doing fancy trick moves or Instagram tricks. This is foundational strength for life. And that life is going to be heavy, awkward, and unforgiving. Let's get into it. Day 1 is all about going to be upper body durability, core stability, and coordination. If last month taught you how to hang from a bar and hinge a dumbbell without collapsing, today's going to be teaching you move under control while balancing real-world asymmetrical loads. Think of it as learning to throw, pull, and brace while your body fights you every step of the way. We're starting off with push-ups, strict tempo push-ups, 3 sets of 10. Push-ups build anterior chain strength, your chest, shoulders, triceps, but also integrate core stabilization. In real life, you're going to be rarely just pushing a barbell in a controlled environment. You're going to be moving objects, shoving debris, bracing yourself for impact. So focus on going a slow Eastern chick, 1 to 2 seconds down and then explode up. Keep your spine neutral, hips level. If your chest and triceps start to burn, good. This is where your capacity starts growing. Then we're going to be doing some dumbbell bent over rows. 3 sets, 10 reps per arm. Pull strength is more than a bicep show off. Strong lats and scap stabilizers let you drag, lift, and resist force. Also, pulling evenly from each side corrects muscular imbalances that can wreck posture. You're going to focus on hinging at the hips, maintaining a neutral spine. Shoulder blades will retract fully. Do not cheat with momentum. The slower you go with control, the more durable you will become. Then we're going to be doing some goblet squats, 3 sets, 10 reps. Squatting with a single weight teaches you coordination under load. Your body learns to brace, balance, and move symmetrically, essential for stairs, hiking, or awkward lifts. So make sure you're focusing on keeping your chest up, core tight, and descend to at least parallel, ideally below. But do not let knees cave in. Pain here is going to be a little bit of feedback, not punishment. Make sure you're listening to the right thing. And the fourth and final exercise for this moment is the balanced line walk. 3 sets, 20 steps forward and back. Why do a balanced line walk? Well, ankle and knee hip stability. That's why. Coordination and real life falls are not graceful, but if you train balance under tension, you will land upright. So the cue here is to focus eyes ahead, engage your core, do controlled step. And if you want something a little more challenging, do it with your eyes closed. This is where patience is going to meet power. Day 2 is all going to be about engine building, pure and simple. And this is the way it's going to be for many months. Day 2 is always going to be about that steady state conditioning. The goal here is no hype, no playlist, no pretending you're in a Rocky montage. This is your mitochondrial density day. Grow your aerobic base, improve capillary delivery, and teach your nervous system what sustained effort should feel like. The workout today is going to be 20 to 25 minute walk, jog, or light ruck. Keep your heart rate low. Zone 2, conversational pace. The goal here, as always, is to build that mitochondrial density, more energy per cell, increase your capillaries for better oxygen delivery, and train pacing, how to go long without breaking. This is not a rest day. This is not a skip day. Your engine will betray you when week 4 or month 4 will hit if you don't do this. Think of it as installing a turbocharger while everyone else is spinning tires. Day 3 is focusing on the posterior chain development, lower body durability, and coordination under fatigue. If Day 1 built your push-pull capacity, Day 3 builds lift, carry, and move capacity while reinforcing balance and control. We're starting off with dumbbell deadlifts, 3 sets, 10 reps. Hinge mechanics are the cornerstone of lifting safely. Hip, hamstring, glute activation, these will protect your spine and allow you to move heavy, awkward objects without injury. Aim for hinging from the hips, maintain a neutral spine, and chest is up. Drop the weight if form fails. Remember, as always, a weak hinge means a weak everything. Then you're going into glute bridges, 3 sets, 12 reps. This will help with posterior chain activation without compressive load. Bridges strengthen glutes and hamstrings for running, climbing, sprinting. Drive hips through the heels and squeeze those glutes at the top. Strength doesn't always mean external weight on these things. Neural recruitment matters just as much. Then we're going to do a single leg balance hold. These are actually harder than you think they are. Do 3 sets of 20 to 30 seconds per leg. We're doing this for asymmetric stability. Real life movements rarely occur in perfect bilateral symmetry. So you're going to focus on keeping a core tight, hips level, eyes forward. Add weight or eyes closed for progression. Balance is patience in motion. And the final movement of day 3 is side to side line hops. 3 sets, 20 seconds. You're working agility, lateral power, and foot coordination. This is your dodge, pivot, and evade training for life. We focus on small jumps, soft landings, absorb with knees and hips. Footwork is underrated. Doing proper footwork is underrated. If you're missing here, you might be paying an injury later, especially if you're a runner and especially if you're a trail runner. As you get into week 4, you will be faced with your challenge. The month 2 challenge is called Iron Initiate. It's a checkpoint. It's your first step toward being battle readiness. We're going to take everything you've built up to this point with the push, the pull, the hinge, the balance, and endurance and layer it into a strength endurance test. The workout is going to be 3 rounds, 4 time. 15 kettlebell deadlifts, 10 burpees, 400-meter run. This is going to test your work tolerance, pacing under fatigue, and mental grit. It's going to be more than you've done so far, and that's the point. So it's not going to be about PRs or Instagram glory. Don't worry about your time too much. Worry more about finishing and going beyond your ability. It's about surviving controlled chaos with form intact. If your form fails, move to a lightweight, or break sets into mini intervals. Your goal here is sustainable intensity, not redlining once and then collapsing. The big picture here is that month 2 isn't about learning a dozen new skills, it's about layering complexity on a foundation you built in month 1. Think Bruce Lee and how he said it. The person who can do one kick perfectly 1,000 times beats the person who tries 1,000 kicks poorly. Each week, here's what you're going to do. Increase either load, heavier dumbbells, kettlebells, or weighted vests. Add reps, but only 1 to 2 reps per set because you want to maintain perfect form. And then focus on time under tension. Longer holds for balance or dead hang. And for duration, go for slightly longer AMRAPs or conditioning segments. We're not chasing novelty here, chase refinement. Your nervous system, joints, and connective tissue adapt to consistency, not chaos. And to dive into a little bit in the philosophy regarding the Forge performance, this approach works because you're focusing on 4 things. Strength underneath control. Because muscles are useless without neurological precision. Slow, deliberate training builds motor patterns and connective tissue resilience. Second, balance and coordination. Falls, missteps, awkward lifts, they're inevitable. Training balance under load reduces injury risk and improves force transfer. Third thing, endurance under tension. Metabolic efficiency isn't about sprinting faster, it's about sustaining output without collapse, improving oxygen delivery, and developing mental toughness. And the fourth thing is pull progression, which we hit up heavily, especially in the first 12 months. Eccentric and isometric work primes your muscles, tendons, and nervous system for heavy, awkward pulls. This is true real-world readiness, not ego lifting. Maintain as we go through this. This is not about speed, it's more about capability. Do not always worry about your time. It's about building the strength, balance, and endurance you'll need for month 3 and beyond. Every kettlebell lifted, squat performed, hang held, and meter run strengthens the bridge between I hope I can and I can.